Hi everybody, welcome to another edition of AHYSEN Nation. I'm Johnny AHYSEN and we are downtown at the Capitol Park Museum, and we're right here in, it's a nice day. It's overcast and cool, so we're not sweating and hot. I'm with some of the Daughters of the American Revolution, and they are helping with the Wreaths of America project this year, which will be December the 18th. And Leah, you want to introduce yourself and the ladies?
Yes, I'm Lee Evans. I'm a member of the Baton Rouge chapter, Daughters of the American Revolution. Zora Olson and I are co-coordinating this year's program. Louise Strong, also a member of Baton Rouge chapter, has coordinated the program in the past years, but she's taken a break this year. To my immediate right is Lauren Durr. She's a member of the Alexander Sterling chapter, DAR, who is also co-hosting with us. To the left of Johnny is Carolyn Morris. She's a member of Baton Rouge chapter. And then Pat Reed is a member of Hiram Gaines chapter, and Hiram Gaines is also co-hosting with us this year. And to the far left is Susan Smith, who is regent of the Baton Rouge chapter. We're all excited to be hosting the program together this year and hope that it comes across as well as it has in the past. Last year in 2020, we were not able to have the public ceremony because of COVID and restrictions of the cemetery. So we're starting over again this year from scratch, and we hope that all of you will join us and hope that you are interested in purchasing a wreath in memory of a loved one or in honor of an active member in the services.
Tell me about Wreaths of America. How long has it been going on, and how do we go about purchasing a wreath, and do we actually get the wreath to display at our house, or how does all of this work?
Well, the Baton Rouge chapter began hosting the Wreaths Across America program at Port Hudson National Cemetery in 2006. The program began back in the 1900s somewhere. I don't remember the year. The wreath company had extra wreaths, and they decided to coordinate with Arlington National Cemetery in honor of veterans. So the program is held every December, either the second or third Saturday in December, and it's designed to remember those who served, honor them, and educate the youth that freedom is not always free, that someone paid a price for the freedoms we enjoy today. The wreaths are $15 a piece. They will go directly to Port Hudson. We will place wreaths on designated graves, and even those that have not been designated, that we just have enough wreaths to place. We will also place wreaths at Louisiana National Cemetery, which is just up the road. They're both located in Zachary, but the program itself will be at Port Hudson National Cemetery.
December the 18th.
It's December the 18th. The program starts promptly at 11 o'clock because it coincides with the program that is going to be held at Arlington at noon. So we all start across the nation. All national cemeteries that are hosting the program begin at the same time that coordinates with Arlington.
So you're buying a wreath in honor of a loved one, and that wreath will have that person's name on it? Or
No, the wreaths are generic. It's
Got
a
it.
wreath
That's
with
what I needed to know.
a red velvet bow on it. I purchased wreaths for my father who served in World War II. He's buried elsewhere, but I still place the wreath at Port Hudson in his honor, in his memory. And that's what most people will do. If it's a deceased veteran, it's in memory of that veteran, or there are even families that have active servicemen, so they will purchase a wreath in their honor, but just place it at a grave at Port Hudson or Louisiana National.
Now, I haven't attended, let me see, I beg your pardon?
The website where you can get an order form is WAA.
Wreaths Across America.
I think it's WAA Port Hudson 2021 at gmail.com.
If you send an email to that address, WAA Port Hudson 2021 at gmail.com, you will get an auto response that has a PDF of the form and instructions on where to print it and return it to the Baton Rouge chapter.
Now, ladies, when you get the wreath, if we go out there on the 18th, will we actually be handed the wreath to go and put on a site in honor of a loved one?
So during the program, we place 7 wreaths for each military branch during the service, and then there's a roll call of veterans who have had a wreath purchased in their name or in their memory. And then there are wreaths that family members have purchased that they'll place themselves at the end. Before that, you can place, I don't have a family member, so I purchased a wreath in honor of any Louisiana veteran, and that wreath will be placed at a headstone of someone who doesn't have one. So you don't have to have a specific person to place the wreath for. You can place it for anyone. The goal is to cover all of the 12,000 headstones that are at Port Hudson.
So on the 18th, Lee, we want to go where at 11 o'clock? Where do we want to be at 11 o'clock on the 18th?
At Port Hudson National Cemetery, in the Memorial Walk area, you'll see the monuments for different branches of service and such, and we'll have a canopy set up there. You will fill out when you fill out the form, you can designate if you want us to place a wreath in memory or in honor of your person, or if you want to place it yourself on December 18th. The family members will be escorted by Civil Air Patrol cadets, Naval Sea cadets, and the young Marines. They will escort the family members to the particular grave site for them to place the wreath themselves, if that's how they designate it on the form.
Now tell me, you ladies have, and I didn't see if you guys had, you're decorated over here. Talk about some of your decorations.
DAR is a wonderful voluntary organization. We do service projects, and you're allowed to purchase pins for different
Committees
that you serve
on. Similar to a
on.
Girl Scout badge when you were in troops and you had your sash and you did service projects.
I was never a Girl Scout.
Well, a Boy Scout,
Okay.
excuse me.
You got me
But
worried there a second.
They represent your service, some national level, state level, and the committees that you've served on or chairmanships you've
Offices.
held. If you were a state officer, it shows your patriot.
Your ancestor.
Wow.
Each of us proved a
found.
patriot. We're a direct descendant of American patriot that fought in the American Revolution. And that's how we all got together in this organization.
So Wreaths Across America is going to be happening on December 18th all over the country at the same time, something very similar.
Yes, very similar. Daughters of the American Revolution host the ceremony at different cemeteries, but there are other organizations that also host it. And DAR members we're patriotic by nature, so even if a DAR chapter is not hosting the program and you live in an area that's having a Wreaths Across America ceremony, most of the ladies will choose to attend.
I have heard a statistic that was a little alarming, that up to 20 veterans a day commit suicide. What do veterans need the most, in your opinion?
I would say love and recognition. We need to acknowledge that they performed a service for us for our country. Sometimes they feel left out and overlooked. We need to show them love and respect as much as possible and thank them for their service.
When they come out of the military, do they have trouble finding work? Do they have trouble fitting back into social circles, church groups, civic organizations, family?
It's my understanding that some of them do, yes. And of course, the Louisiana Department of Veterans Affairs tries to meet that need. And again, other church projects and organizations try to support the veterans. It's just hard to reach out and touch everyone that needs help.
And as one of my roles in the DAR is also being the senior president of the Children of the American Revolution, which I think it is important in some of these areas to teach our younger generation the importance of recognizing our veterans and establishing that earlier on. And our Children of the American Revolution is working with the Oscar Mike Foundation, who is working to reduce that number from 22 to 11, to cut that number in half. And by doing that, we are staying on the move, and we are encouraging you to be active. And the Oscar Mike Foundation is supporting disabled veterans and veterans with disabilities. And so we're starting to teach our younger generation about the issues that veterans have when they come home.
Well, I'm a proud mother of a Marine. He's not active duty now, but he's always a Marine. And also the proud mother-in-law of a very soon to retire Army doctor. So all I can say is anytime you see a service member, give him your appreciation and your love, because he's earned it. Mm.
I think one of the exciting things about Wreaths Across America is that it only started in 1992, and it was started by an individual, a florist, who just happened to have 5,000 extra wreaths at Christmas time. What did he do with them? But he started by saying, let's honor the veterans. Let's put a wreath on veterans' grave sites. And from there, from 1992 to even today, it is swept across the country, where we try to, in his case, he started with Arlington, of course, and from Maine, the wreaths went to Arlington and went to the grave sites there. We have captured it right here in Louisiana at Port Hudson and also at the National Cemetery, so that you can participate and honor either a veteran in your family or a veteran that you wish that you had an opportunity to talk to and tell them thank you.
The greatest generation.
Greatest generation.
That's true. I would just like to say my husband is a Vietnam veteran. He served as a physician in Saigon at the 3rd Field Hospital. And for him, he made it safely back home, as did many, but obviously 58,000 of those did not. The other thing I want to address is when you mentioned the suicide rate among our veterans. One of the things that daughters do across the country is sponsor events for our veterans that are living in veterans' homes across the country. We have the Baton Rouge chapter sponsors a small home here down Florida Boulevard called the Magnolia Care Center. There's the various state facilities our members are very active in and promote programs and events to assist our veterans in making their daily lives more meaningful.
So I guess we will see everybody on the 18th of December for the Wreaths Across America, and there is still time now until November 30th to go online, purchase a wreath. I'm sure all of this can be done online with credit cards and PayPal and things like that. Is that right? Come on, yes it is.
Sure. If you call Lauren.
No, where do they need to call?
If you would like. Currently, it is set up to receive payment via check to
See, I
made payable
told you.
to Wreaths Across America.
Oh, a check.
However, if
Okay.
you would like to pay via credit card, you can send an email to the address WAA Port Hudson 2021@gmail.com, and I can help you with that transaction.
But the check,
The check should be made payable for $15 per wreath to Wreaths Across America.
We'll see you guys on the 18th. Wreaths Across America, ladies of the American Revolution, is that correct?
Yeah, daughters.
Daughters of the American Revolution. Ladies, thank you so much for being with us today. I appreciate that so much.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate
It's our
it.
pleasure. Let's saw some wreaths.